Hey guys, Beaux at Black Horse Ranch. I'm a pretty crafty person, which you haven't heard much about that yet in all of our other farm tour videos so far. So today I'm going to show you how I make pot holders. It's one of my favorite things to make, I'd say. But I've done it so much. We have so many pot holders that I've made. I don't really get the opportunity to anymore. So hopefully we'll get more on that eventually. These right here are things you can make from pot holders. These right here, these are pot holders themselves. So yeah, you can actually use them. These look a little more flattened than the finished product because we actually use them, which you can actually use them. So if you end up with some, don't be afraid to use them. So those are the original pot holders that you make, the best type for cooking, I'd say. But then you can make ones with edging like this. You can see the comparison, not exactly the same kind of edging. So, but this, you can weave the edges together, the little loops. Kind of hard to tell there, but you can weave the edges together and make things like chickens or little purses or bean bags or stuff like that. So that's really fun. So these are all things I've made. Very fun, this. So yeah, hope you enjoy. Let's get to it. So this is my desk that I usually work at. I do school here since we're homeschooled, and just want to get you guys familiar with the equipment I'll be using in this. These piles right here are the loops. I prefer the Harrisville brand, but any kind of loops will do as long as I fit the loom. This loom, then it's got the little pegs 18 by 18. You can get bigger. I've seen bigger pot holders, so I assume there are bigger looms out there. Yeah, and this is actually a Harrisville brand loom too. I got a kit in that, but I used up all my starter pack. Okay, and then to start me out and search for patterns and things, I got this book. It's by Klutz, as you can see. They give me all sorts of nice patterns, and they tell you how to weave basic pot holders and things like that. So there's that purse I mentioned earlier, and how to do the special edging. And there are all sorts of fun things throughout this book, so this is a really good thing to get. And then this hook tool comes in the starter kit, the Harrisville starter kit, and I'd say it's pretty good. Works for the standard edging. I'm actually gonna set this book aside because I don't need it anymore. I've got my pattern planned, so I don't need to look at it. So, and then the way the loops are, you do one side first, like from this side to this side, or from top to bottom like this. I forget which one is which, but they're called weft and warp are the two different kinds. They say to do, my book says to only do the warp loops first, but I personally haven't noticed a difference. Really, it doesn't matter which one you do first, just do all of the weft or the warp first. It doesn't matter as far as I'm concerned. So my pattern, I'll lay out the first loops, which in this instance is the warp. So I'll see you in a few seconds once I get done with that. One reason why I like Harrisville better, their loops are always standard fit. You don't have to heave on them with all your strength to get them to fit. Like with some of these, I really had to push to get across. Let's see if this is one. No, that's not one. But anyway, you guys get the idea. I have to really heave on them to get across. Some of them are like this white one on the edge. It's kind of loose. That's real loose by pot holder standards. And some of these, like this other white one here, that's really tight. But it's okay to have a mix in there. It doesn't really matter. But that is the reason I like Harrisville better. So let's move on to part 2. Now, since these are loops, you have to skip 2 and then go over 2. It seems like more logical to do go between every one, but that's not right. So I'll just keep doing this. I'm gonna start with another 6 white on this. I'm gonna make it a symmetrical pattern. And now you always want to make sure you rake the old ones that you've done to the bottom so that you can have more space. Alright, we'll move on to the next one. So you're basically just going to be doing the same thing the whole way up, but this time I'm going to be alternating. So last time I went over top first, this time I'm going under first. This one I just did up here, it's really loose, which it's making the rest of it look kind of strange. So I'm hoping that'll smooth out once I get it all woven in and all the tight bits out of it. Now, I've done all the white now, all 6 other strands of it, so you can see I've got about 2/3, should be exactly 2/3. I don't know, I'm not going to take time to count, but should be 2/3 left. And then, so it looks like now we're on the teal. Now, you see right here, this is where those mistakes come in. I missed a loop. You can see the other part of it's right here. I went in between them. So since this side's closer, I'm just going to take that out right there. It looks like that needs to go completely over and through, and then hook that back on. Okay, that looks better. Okay, so that's starting to look more normal, I'd say. It's a lot better than it did, at least. Alright, moving on to blue. See, now this is where it starts coming in really important that you have raked all of the things in place, because if this was kind of out here like this, then these thick blue ones would start bunching up, and then you'd kind of be out of space by the time you got to the edge. So it's really important that you rake it down even at the start, which it really didn't seem important at the start, but keep doing it at the very beginning and it will pay off, trust me. you guys have just been seeing some of these things up here that aren't in yet. They've popped off as I'm weaving these loops in. So that happens a lot toward near the end because you're lifting up on them more, trying to pry them off. Sorry, I just did that. So what I'm going to do, now that I've gotten kind of toward the end, I'm going to take one of these and put it on without weaving it through. This is one of those tight ones. Okay, there we go. And then, might be kind of hard to get this on film, but we'll see. I'm going to take, I'm going to deliberately pop off the one on the end. That's what needs to go under. So, and then I just hooked it back on top. So then I'm going to do that again with this one, but I skipped one. Okay. So you can see I just did that and it's starting to weave in up here at the top. So I'm just going to keep doing that all the way through with this one and the only other two that are left. Usually what helps if I keep one hand under and then reach one hand over the top. So yeah, there you go. That one, I just had to manually weave it in. Yeah, so I'm just going to keep doing that for the next two. So I'll see you in a few seconds. There's this part done. I've got all the loops that I had weaved in there. It's really firm. So now we'll come to the edging. So I'm going to do the standard edging. It doesn't involve any other materials, just your handy dandy hook that I showed you earlier. So, but before you start, what you want to do is you want to go around pressing on the second loop to the top left, right here in this instance. Well, I was trained in the top left version. There are people who might do top right or something if they're left-handed, but I'm right-handed. So that one was pretty firm. You want to go around and find the loosest one. So that was firm. That one's also pretty firm, but it's better. Ooh, this one's the best one so far. It's a white one. Okay. And then, yeah, this one's also pretty good. So I think we're going to use this one here. Look, feels just a little bit looser. So I'm going to take the hook end and then insert it through the loop. Oh dear. Don't do that. Excuse me for a minute while I fix this. And then you want to gently lift it off after you insert the hook. And then, it's kind of hard to get the good angle on this. So, and then you use one finger and hold that other loop back. And then you insert the hook through another loop. So now you have two loops on the hook. And then you you hook the loop that's closer to the hook, and then you pull it through. So I've got the hook, and then I hold that back, and then I insert it into here, and then I pull it off, maybe a sharp little snaps, and I've got two on there. So I want to keep this loop at the top on. So I hook it, and then I twist the hook however I need to keep that on. Then I pull it through, and now I've only got one on there. So we're gonna be doing this all the way around. And at corners, it's the same thing. It's just a little harder since it's not on a straight side. So now that I've gotten going, you can see that this is actually woven in there, like it's the loops staying on top. And this isn't loose, it's not coming down at all. So yeah, I'm halfway done, as you can see. So I'll just keep going. So you can see I'm one loop away from the corner now. So you do the same thing as always, you just hook that one on. Maybe I advise holding that corner loop on. So then you still pull that through, and then you do the same thing. You just insert it and then pull it through. Corners are relatively easy. Now, here's something I didn't say earlier, but it's becoming a little more relevant that I do it now. Some of these loops on this side, they're starting to get really loose, meaning they might come off kind of soon. So, usually I do it before this, but like I said, I haven't done this in, I don't know, several months, at least since last year. You take one loop off the edge. Right here, you can see I've already kind of hooked off one loop. So you just grab it, and then you pull it all the way to the edge to hook that side of it on still, the side of the pot holder on still, because that will keep this edge tensioned so that the loops won't be so close to coming off. Once I'm going to round this corner and get somewhere maybe halfway along, I'm going to do the same thing on this side too. That is a really important factor. Okay, now I know I said I'd get about halfway on this side, but it's becoming more crucial that I do that now. So like I said, I'll just grab one of those and then just pull it over there. And that'll keep the thing tensioned. And get back to it. Now I've gone to this edge and I've already had this loop pop off once. So I'm going to choose another one and peel that up on the edge. That's still kind of loose. Maybe I choose too loose of one there. We'll try tighter one. Tighter, tighter, tighter. Okay, maybe this one. Here we go. Heave ho. Got it. Oops. And you see I've knocked a bunch off over here. So I'll put these back on real quick. Okay, now they're still loose, so I'm starting to just think it's a too loose loop issue. Yeah, I know, that's a tongue twister, but, oh man, I really like the Harrisville loops. Okay, keep going. Last one. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so leave this last one on here, and then just unhook those other loops you pulled out from the loom, and straighten everything out. Yep, okay, that looks good enough. So now I need two hands available. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a nice firm grip on the tool and right on the pot holder, and then I'm going to just pull to where the pot holder's gone all squished up. And then I can finally unhook my tool, and then I just have to straighten this out, pull it a little bit, this is going to be that famous tassel that you, right here, this is that loop that you hook things on. So then you can just pull it, straighten it out, fluff it up, pack it down. The best way to break them in is to actually use them though. So, yeah. So, that's done then. Here's a nice new pot holder, and soon the white spots will not look so white. So yeah guys, thanks for watching. I do admit I'm not amazing at videoing myself yet, but I know I'll get better as time goes on. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.